How you doing? I'm Adam Catterall. Welcome to Catterall's Corner Extra on Sporf. I'm joined by Dustin Poirier's head corner, Mike Brown. Mike, great to see you, and thank you very much for taking some time for this interview. Just want to quickly look back, if I may, before we look at the trilogy, and that second fight on Abu Dhabi. What were the emotions like going into that fight?
It was good. It was a big fight. It was something that he was starting to get used to. He was in a lot of big fights at this point, a couple of UFC title fights, and many main events. Confidence was high, and it was good to get some redemption on somebody who had a win over him earlier in his career.
And how much did the emotions change now going into the third fight after picking up a win?
I don't know. I mean, they're probably similar. I mean, it's the emotions are probably similar.
When Dustin got the job done by stopping Conor in that second round, what were your immediate feelings?
My confidence was growing, every moment of the fight. I knew he was landing some really heavy low kicks, and I know how hard Dustin kicks, and it doesn't take much to freeze that leg up, freeze that calf up. And I liked the fact that he was mixing things up with the wrestling. I thought he was looking good, and I was very confident. And I know Dustin gets stronger as the fight goes, so I knew we were in really good shape.
I was lucky enough to be cage side in Abu Dhabi to hear some of the thuds from the leg kicks and the shots that Dustin and Conor were exchanging. I'm not saying that I want to ever experience this, but what's it like taking a leg kick from Dustin Poirier?
I mean, it's not just about how hard he kicks, is that it doesn't go away. He has natural punching power in both hands and like natural kicking power in both legs, and it doesn't go away. It's not like he's loading up. I mean, some people hit really hard or have devastating power, but they put everything into it. He doesn't have to put everything into it. Him throwing at 70% can be devastating, and that doesn't go away. From minute 1 to minute 25, he can put you away with either hand or either leg.
Obviously, we all know how dedicated Dustin is to the craft of mixed martial arts. How's preparations going for the trilogy?
It's going great. I mean, all you can ask for is, or you can ask for many things, but what you really want is an athlete that's going in healthy with no major injuries and is in peak shape and looking sharp in training. We have all those things right now. He is no injuries and confident, ready to go.
Are you expecting a different Conor McGregor this time?
Absolutely. I mean, every fight is different from the last. Even if they fought 1 week after that without any time to prepare, we'd probably see 2 different fights. So, especially with time to prepare, I expect a whole new fight. This is kind of how the fight game is. But I think Dustin is always improving, making major adjustments, and both physically and mentally, he's ready to go.
Now, this is the first event since UFC 248 where the T-Mobile Arena will be absolutely ram-jam full. Las Vegas, Nevada, open for business. How much of an effect do you think a full house and the crowd will have on this particular fight?
I don't think there's a major difference. I think both guys have had their fair share of main events, big fights, title fights, you name it. They've both been there, done it. So I think that's negligible, the effect of the crowd.
On Abu Dhabi, behind closed doors, it's a lot easier to communicate with your fighter because they can hear your words rather than the noise of the crowd. What's it like when it is absolutely packed like that? Can you get your messages across to Dustin?
I mean, between rounds, you can usually speak. It's during the action is when you can't hear anything. Like there's no communication when it's either you're cut off. It's like no reception when when there's mayhem going on. You can't get anything across. You know, the crowd is overwhelmingly loud, and especially those big fights, and especially the ones that are like Dustin style fights that are crazy.
Finally, Mike, in your own words, just how big is this fight?
Biggest fight in UFC history, I think. I think the numbers will be, it'll be number one or number two, probably number one. I think it'll be the biggest fight in UFC history. Both are, you got I think the biggest star, the most charismatic fighter we've ever had, Conor. And obviously, you know, two weight class world champion, yada, yada. His list of credentials goes on and on and on. You know, against, I think, the best lightweight in the world and the most exciting fighter on the planet is Dustin. So that's pretty damn big. That's an atomic bomb ready to explode.
Nice one, Mike. Thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of fight week. Don't forget, UFC 264 goes down on BT Sport. The prelims from 1 a.m. It's available on BT Sport 2. But that main card gets going at 3 a.m. on BT Sport Box Office. To purchase the fight, go to bt.com/sportboxoffice.